Hi friends, Kris Wyman reporting for Fitness.Warriors TV. Today I wanted to talk with you guys about how to weather the storms that come up in your life. More importantly, how to not only weather the storms, but how to really truly find meaning out of it. I was 13 years old when I got a gym membership. Started working at gyms immediately as soon as they would take me. I even lied about my age so that I could get a weekend job. Sorry, universe. But I had to get in there. Had to start teaching classes and helping people with their diets. I knew it was what I was meant to do. So by the time I was 23, I was getting more into massage therapy on the side. I had an interest in creating a business doing that. So not only helping people work out and eat right, but helping them to feel better also. But then one day, one of my regular clients said, "Are you feeling okay, Kris? It doesn't seem like you gave me as much pressure." And I was thinking, really? I am tired. I did about 6 hours a day most days and had several people that would keep coming back, and the others weren't saying anything. So when this one client said that, I thought something must really be wrong with me because I was tired all of the time. I was falling down for no reason, and I just had this shaky feeling within. It was almost like the muscles could not rest. So that wasn't fun because at the time, my son Joshua, who's 17 now, he was a baby. So when this started happening, I thought, wow, I have a business and I have a new baby, and now, did you know that 1 in 3 people suffers from chronic illness? Chronic illness is an illness that lasts for 3 months or more and typically has no cure. And some of us suffer from chronic illness and simultaneously with chronic pain as well. This is something that's hard to put into words unless you yourself suffer from it. But the point of my message today, I feel very spiritually obligated to share with you guys that there really is meaning that can be found from any suffering. I read a good book once that said, "In this life you will have suffering." And then studied at Liberty University, where I actually had to do a book report on this great book. I was thinking to myself, who does a book report on the Bible? This is a little bit much to do in 8 weeks. But it was great. I got to study very thoroughly.
Oh, hell
At
no!
the Armed Forces Institute of Pathology in DC, sticking needles in every part of my body. Up here, in my bicep, in my tricep, in my forearm, in the sides of my shins. Ooh. And then turning on a little electrocution probe to electrocute my muscle from the inside out to see if it functioned properly. After 2.5 hours of being shocked and puking in the middle of it, held tight though. I went through it to get this diagnosis, to get the label, to go through the system just to see, what could I do about it. That was me 4 years ago, 2013. I had some awesome coaches and trainer friends that pushed me to try something new. Since I looked like a bodybuilder, everyone always said, "Why don't you compete?" Well, in my mind, I thought, how would I do that? The doctors told me that I was terminally ill, so to set out to try to do something like that would seem like an overwhelming task. And so I have my doctors in my ear saying, if you do that, if you carry on with your fitness journey and you take it to the next level to compete, if you do that, you will hurt yourself. You're dying, and so we recommend that you don't lift any weights and that you don't work out because it will only speed your journey along.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
But now, even with those things, the doctors were telling me, there's nothing that you can do. there's nothing that you can do. This is your fate. It is what it is. We can make you comfortable. Bring on the OxyContin, Percocet, Lyrica, which, by the way, is a medicine used for fibromyalgia, which I did not have. I was recommended these pills, these things that said on the little bottle could cause death. But, oh, probably not you, Kris. So just pop another pill and just try to forget about this new you that we've just told you that you are. You are handicapped. No, thank you, Mr. Doctor. It's at the point now where I can only wash my hair with one hand because I have to hang on in the shower. I can no longer stand without holding on. So right now in my office, I'm leaning up against my table. But if I let go, I feel like I'm dancing. And I am. You know why? Because I decided long ago that I would praise Him through the storms of my life. And in doing so, I'm not running around town, smashing anyone over the head with the Bible. That's not my mission. That's not how I see it. But I do see it as we are spiritual beings having a human journey. This gap needs to be bridged between doctors giving the diagnoses of chronic or terminal illness and how to cope with it and how to carry on and how not to succumb to depression on top of needing to create a new normal in your life, because you're no longer the same person once you get news like this. I'm going to bridge this gap. I'm going to try to make a difference and weekly put out information about how you can really truly be fit, mind, body, and spirit in every way, no matter if one of the three components is suffering or not. Because at any given time, we're going to be mentally unfit or spiritually unfit or physically unfit. So if you have 2 out of 3, you're doing pretty well. And that's the way you have to look at it. Don't freak out when you get handed an illness. It's just a label, really. So what do you do when you get the label, when 1 in 3 of us gets a label that changes everything? First, you need to make sure that you get plenty of sleep and try to control your environment to the best of your ability. Meaning, if it's time to go to sleep, if your body is telling you, hey, it's time to go to sleep, then turn off the TV and listen. Don't hold tight for the end of the movie that you can just press pause on and watch later on. Don't force your body to hang on longer than it needs to. If you're tired, you're tired. So go to sleep. It's good for you. Chamomile tea is very important in my life. It really helps me rest. And also, it helps to open the third eye within, so you do have more vivid dreams that you can wake up and remember. You must create boundaries in your life. You can't have energy suckers around you when you already feel bad as it is. The pain is overwhelming. You can't have people causing you any more pain. Emotional pain on top of physical pain. It's not a very nice place to be in, my friends. It hurts. That's why I'm always telling everybody, just be nice. Go say you're sorry. People were like, for what? Just say you're sorry. I don't know. Go home and say thank you. Because you know what? 1 in 3 of us are very sick. But then, think it over. The people in our lives are the ones that have to help us. Or you hope and pray that they're the ones that want to help you. Because if you're by yourself, you're already feeling like you're on an island of your own, isolated, or people don't understand why you don't show up at things or late night parties that you're invited to. You might say yes, and then you might have to change and say, I'm sorry, I can't go. Don't make up an excuse. Just say, hey, you know what? I can't even walk right. I can't even walk, so give me a break if I'm not there. Don't get mad at me because 1, I won't care, and 2, I love you. Let's just get along, right? Just tell people that. Because if you don't, You're going to be 1 in 3 who is chronically or terminally ill, suffering with then depression and then moodiness. And no one will want to help you. So you got to be nice and say thank you so that you will have people in your life who will feel compelled to help you. And this is where the cycle of life is pretty cool if you think about it, because there are people who are helpers like me. I was born in always wanting to do for everybody, and I didn't want to let anyone help me. Yeah, I know, I hear you. They're laughing at me right now. They're saying, Chrissy Lee, you can't control things as much as you think. You're so organized and you're a planner and you're the one that shows up 10 minutes early for everything and you have all this jacked up energy. Well, we need to use you for that. So allow yourself to be used. Allow your pain to drive you. Honestly, friends, there's nothing that can happen to you here that is going to wreck you or erase you. We can't be erased, come to find out. I've learned on the other side. And also, we do not die. So at funerals, why don't we start doing this? Wouldn't it be nice if at funerals people were having a party? I mean, that's what I want. I would love to be cremated and then put inside big fireworks thing, one of those great ones, then blown up into the air, fireworks style. That would be awesome. Mitchy Poo, I'm counting on you. And then I want music playing, and I want it to be a celebration. What is this, if you're a believer, if I've spent most of my life as a Christian, and now breaking free to be a total, complete free agent for God, because he uses so many angels and so many messengers. So that's where I align myself. So don't freak out and write me and tell me that Jesus is the only way. I talked with him this morning. He's busy, and there's a lot of people helping people just like here. So don't freak out about all that. Just mind your own business. You got to believe what you have to believe, right? So anyway, we don't die. We are on individual missions of soul evolution. So all these tests, all this little, you get cancer, you get a myopathy, we hope you don't get AIDS or anything like that, but if you do, it's time to use it to help others. Mine's called centronuclear myopathy. No one's ever heard of it. Every doctor I go to doesn't know anything about it, or they tell me just to go home and take a pill and good luck. Except, well, no, that's not true. I did meet this really awesome doctor at MUSC. Her name's Dr. Adrienne Strand here in Charleston, South Carolina, and she was the first doctor in years that quit typing, that turned her chair and looked at me and genuinely had empathy and offered advice and support to not only comfort me, but to allow me to realize that she cared. And I was being sent down another guide to help me. That's what we need to do. We need to get sleep. You need to create your boundaries. And then you need to say, look here, people, if you're one of the ones that doesn't have a label, please have some compassion for those of us that do. Try to elevate yourself and vibrate at a higher frequency to where you feel good every day. I mean, right now I'm having a hard day because my elbow hurts. Because this elbow here, this pointy thing, in there, these muscles, it's every time I even raise my hand, that it hurts so bad. I'm in pain, but I'm not one to complain because I want to be a warrior, not a whiner, right? My husband always says, if you fall, I will catch you. Floor. He's a funny one, that Mitchy Poo. But he's a blessing in my life. Okay, so I'm falling like a tree in the forest, but if you're a wellness coach and you fall like a tree in the forest, was there ever a forest? Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.